guys, so obviously with the UCAS applications being accepted and offers being sent off, at some point you're gonna have to choose which university to go to, which is really exciting. So I thought to help you, I would tell you why I chose BU, and kind of the things that I looked for in a good university. Also asked my friends, some of them sent in videos, some of them have just sent me messages. I will include why they also chose BU, so hopefully this video should be quite helpful. So one of the things that I was kind of looking for in a university was one that would get me outside of my comfort zone, which is why I settled on Bournemouth, because Bournemouth feels like a city but isn't a city. I liked how it still felt kind of homely and calm with the sea and the pier and all of that. It felt so nice, and walking through the town, there were so many shops on the high street that I don't have at my high street back home, and so I just found it so exciting, whereas the other universities I was looking at didn't really have that. They were just so similar to my hometown, which is why I liked them, because they were in my comfort zone. But I'm so glad I picked Bournemouth because it's made me grow so much in confidence. Obviously the beach sold it to me. In the summer, this summer just gone, thankfully I was able to go to the beach with my housemates when we first moved into our uni house, and it was honestly unreal. It was probably one of the best 2 weeks I've had in my whole university experience. I felt like I was on holiday but in my hometown. I also really loved the campus. Weirdly enough, it reminded me of my own school, which I think is why I felt so drawn to it, because there was that sort of hint of a comfort zone. It reminded me of being at my old school and sort of being in a place that I was familiar with. But then obviously there was all these buildings. The campus is huge and it's amazing, and the promise of the new Pool Gateway building, which obviously hadn't been built at the time, was so exciting as well. And it was totally worth the wait because it's so cool. All the camera equipment, the TV studio is massive, the sound studios. I'm so excited to get back on campus and get back in the building. I also really loved my open day experience. All my experiences at other unis were also good, but for some reason the Bournemouth one just shone out. Particularly, I remember being shown around the student accommodation, and my guide was telling our group how if you get one of the top floors on any of the student accommodation, you're most likely guaranteed a view of the sea. So then obviously when I picked Bailey Point, I knew it was going to be a really high building, so I picked one of the top floors so that I got a view of the sea, and I did, and it was one of the best choices ever. As well, on the open day, when I met the TV staff, I got an opportunity to practice vision mixing, which if you don't know is the live editing of live TV. And yeah, I didn't get any practical experience on any of my other open days that I went to, and so the fact that already before I'd even joined the university, all the professors were answering as many questions as I had. They all seemed truly passionate about the subject, and they wanted to teach me even though I wasn't even a student there. Just sold it for me. So yeah, anyway, before I talk your ear off, those are the reasons why I chose Bournemouth University. I'm going to hand over to my friends Faith and Amy, who are going to tell you a little bit about why they chose to come to the uni.
So I chose to go to Bournemouth University for a number of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is the social life. I lived on one road with, I think there was 4 or 5 other accommodations on the same road, constantly surrounded by other students, which is great. And also because it's in town, there's not much of a walk from your accommodation to clubs, pubs. The social life is such a big aspect of uni life in general, and I've made such good friends because of it. Campus life is also great. I mean, it feels like a separate world, which is quite nice to be able to differentiate between uni work and uni life. And also on campus they have shops, they have a bar, and it's just great. I've really enjoyed being in Bournemouth in general. So yeah.
I chose Bournemouth University because I was looking for a television production course. This was the best one I saw. When I got on campus, the vibe was just really good, and obviously the location, you're right next to a beach, and obviously all the staff and all the lecturers are so nice, and the campus itself and the facilities are the best that I've ever seen, so that's why I picked it.
There you go, there's just a couple more perspectives on the university and why people chose it. I also have some messages from my friends which I'm going to read through. all of these are different, which I really love. Like there's loads of different reasons why the university like shone out to my friends. So some of them are on my course, the TV production course, and some of them are on completely different courses, so this is like completely diverse. So a lot of people said the beach, like I said, obviously it's so nice being close to the beach. It's a nice way to like clear your head. Like if you're stressed out about work, going to see the sunset by the beach is honestly unmatched. As well, like in the town there's loads and loads of places to eat. I have abused the fact that there's a Wagamama's here and a Taco Bell. Also, some people just said the overall location of where it is and the nightlife. I agree. I think the nightlife is really good. It's much better than where I'm from. There's so many clubs, there's so much to do, so many bars. So like if you're not into clubbing, like you can go for cocktails instead. Like there is just so much to do, and during the day there's so much to do. Like there's crazy golf, there's bowling. A lot of people on my course and on the film course got back to me and said that they'd heard it's one of the best places for media, and that obviously the university has a really good industry reach. Currently at the moment we're having a lot of industry talks from industry professionals, and then overall people just said that the university had a really good repertoire. Obviously it's got a silver rating, which is really good, and that was definitely one thing that I looked at universities. Like I wanted to go to a silver or a gold university. This gave you some ideas on like what to look for in a good university. I hope maybe it helped you to decide which university you went to. Let me know in the comments down below if you're coming to Bournemouth, if you've applied to Bournemouth, whatever. Best of luck to those of you who have applied. Anyway, so I'm going to end the video off here. I hope it was really useful and I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!